18 new real estate projects were launched in Dubai just over the last month, most of them in the affordable segment. But in my opinion, none of them is a good enough investment. So I decided to tell you about a different opportunity that's not publicly announced yet, but it shows a lot of promise for investors. And the best part is that you can actually get a one-bedroom here for 560,000 dirhams or 150,000 US dollars. So in this video, I'll tell you all you need to know about the area, the project itself, and how can you actually get a one-bedroom here for such a low price. Starting with the location. I'm standing right next to the plot of the building, and it's in Dubai South, or Dubai South Residential District to be precise. This area is pretty far away from the central Dubai, probably more than 30-35 minutes from downtown. But the thing is that Dubai South has a key place in Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan, which basically means that the Dubai government has a huge focus on this development. And they put their money where their mouth is. So they're investing $40 billion into development of this area. Most of the money will go into Al Maktoum International Airport, which is over there. And this airport will define the whole future growth of the area. Let me explain. Right now, it's not such a big airport. It has just one runway, not that such large capacity, not that many flights, but by 2032 they're planning to increase its capacity to 150 million passengers. To give you an idea of the scale, Heathrow Airport in London has a capacity of around 85 million passengers. The XB Airport, which is right now the largest airport of Dubai, has a capacity of 95 million passengers. So when the expansion happens, Al Maktoum National Airport will be one of the, if not the largest airports in the world. The XB Airport will cease its operations, all the operations will be moved here, all the flights will be moved here, and when it happens, when the expansion that big happens, it leads to creation of a lot of jobs. In these cases, the estimation is that all this move will create 500,000 new jobs. And these are not all low-skilled service workers. Airlines workers, pilots, operations managers, retail managers, logistics managers, etc. Many of them will prefer to live somewhere near work. The question is, where? Let's take a look at the map again. This large area near the airport will be occupied by townhouses. Some of them are built, some of them are under construction, some of them are just planned. But in total, there'll be more than 30,000 houses here. Now let's zoom in into Dubai South Residential District. Even here, a large area will be occupied by townhouses too. So naturally, those who are investing in Dubai South right now, they're buying townhouses here. Because there is a huge supply, and because that's what real estate agents are pushing. But in my opinion, when you have a situation like that, when the supply of the houses on the area level is that big, you shouldn't invest in a townhouse. You should go against the trend and buy an apartment. Because most of those workers we just discussed, they won't be able to afford a townhouse. They will go for an apartment. So the landlords will have affordable apartments in the best buildings, in the best quality buildings, in the best concept buildings. They'll be able to charge the highest premium. And the project we're discussing today is the best in this segment. First of all, because it's in another level compared to what's built out there. We'll show you some pictures and photos of the buildings available here, and you'll see that they're pretty basic. And they're built not by that prestigious developers. But the project we're talking about today is built by probably one of the most experienced teams in the whole of the Dubai real estate market. And they are building an interesting concept here. So they're constructing a podium, not with just one, but many buildings on top of it, and a lot of amenities right on the podium, like pools, gyms, basketball courts, tennis courts, walking trails, leisure zones, BBQ areas, etc. So it will be like a small master community. And the important thing is that it won't just give an awesome residential experience compared to what's available in the area, but also that it gives a huge benefit for investors. I'll tell you about it in a moment, but before I do that, for those who want to know more details about this project, my team will prepare a separate document with all the information about the project itself, prices, price comparison to other projects available in the area, price comparison with other projects available throughout Dubai in the same segment, rental potential, growth potential, and other important data to make an informed investment decision. If you want to get it, we'll share it with you for free. We'll place a QR code somewhere here, and we'll leave a link in the description, so you can scan the QR code or click the link, and we will share it with you absolutely free of charge. Alright, now let me explain why being a part of a master community, even such a tiny master community, makes a lot of sense for investors. The price per square foot in this project is around 1,420 dirhams per square foot. And this is the phase 2, meaning the same developer launched the same project a few months ago. Back then, the price per square foot was lower. It was around 1,290 dirhams. So it basically means that those who invested a few months ago already got a 10% value appreciation. Because the developer just raised the prices by 10% between the launches. And I'm telling you about that because it will happen again. There'll be the third phase, and then the fourth phase, and each of them will be priced even higher. We don't know the exact prices yet, it's too early. But we can expect that the next phase will be 10% more expensive than the second one, and the fourth phase will be 10% more expensive than the third one. So those who are investing right now at the second stage will likely see a more than 20% value appreciation just because of the developer's strategy of raising prices with every new launch. Speaking of the prices, one bedroom in this project will be priced at around 880,000 dirhams, which is around 240,000 US dollars. But right at the beginning of this video, I told you that it's possible to get a one bedroom here for 560,000 dirhams or 155,000 US dollars. Let me tell you exactly how. This project will likely have a 60-40 payment plan, meaning 60% is paid during construction and 40% is paid on handover. So your payment during construction will be 530,000 dirhams, which is about 145,000 US dollars. Plus you need to pay the 4% DLD fee, so your total payment during construction is 560,000 dirhams or 155,000 US dollars. So the big question is, how can you avoid paying 40% on handover? And the answer is mortgage. To mortgage a payment on handover, you need to meet a certain criteria. The requirements are different for residents and non-residents, but in general, if you're a resident, you need to have a salary of around 10,000 dirhams per month or more. Non-residents should have an income of around $50,000 per year or more if they're employed, and more than $80,000 per year if they're a business owner. Also, you should come from not a blacklisted country. If your country is sanctioned, let's say you're coming from Russia, for example, it will be much more difficult to get a mortgage. Not entirely impossible, but more difficult. The maximum duration of mortgage in Dubai is 25 years, and you must be younger than 65. Practically, it means that if you're 40 years old now, you can have a 25-year long mortgage. If you're 50 years old now, your mortgage can only be 15 years long. Alright, now let's run the numbers. First, we need to take into account an interest rate. Obviously, it's different for residents and non-residents, it's higher for non-residents, and it entirely depends on your particular case. But normally, for non-residents, the mortgage rate is between 5 or 6%. But let's stay conservative and say that your rate will be 7%. We'll do the calculation for 15-year long mortgage, and your down payment is 60% because you already paid this 60% during construction. So in this case, your annual mortgage payment will be around 40,000 dirhams. So the next question is, will your rental income cover the mortgage payments? The short answer is yes. Now the longer answer. This is a classic case where the tenant can pay your mortgage, because generally in Dubai, properties like that, they are not rented for less than 60,000 dirhams per year. For example, there is an area called Mirdif. It's located right next to DXB airport, so it's in a way similar to the project we're discussing today. One-bedroom apartments there are rented for around 65,000 dirhams per year, but Mirdif is a much more simple area. Buildings there are pretty basic, no fancy amenities, nothing like that. Another example is Production City. There is a residential complex there called Midtown. It has a similar concept. A big podium with many buildings and a lot of amenities. But the level of these amenities is not matching the level we're discussing today. Still, one-bedrooms there are rented for around 65,000 dirhams per year. So in our case, it's safe to assume that the property will rent for around 65,000 dirhams per year, minus 10,000 dirhams per year in service charges. Also, we need to take into account vacancy losses, around 5,000 dirhams per year, and your final net rental income should be around 50,000 dirhams, which is more than enough to cover the mortgage payments. So, if this opportunity sounds interesting to you, drop us a message to get a free consultation. But if you want to learn more about Dubai real estate before a consultation, check out this video.